Welcome to the attic, where the dust holds dreams. Old boxes stacked high, bursting at the seams. Faded photographs, yellow notes on the floor. Whispers of my childhood echoing evermore. In this house's attic, memories collide. Laughter and the heartaches crammed in side by side. Searching through the shadows, finding who I am. In this house's attic, I find my life's jam. I see that old skateboard. I remember those days. Riding down the pavement, lost in sunlit rays. That faded teddy bear from when I was so small. He held all my secrets, he's seen it all. In this house's attic, memories collide. Laughter and the heartaches crammed in side by side. Searching through the shadows, finding who I am. In this house's attic, I find my life's gem. A love letter unopened, tucked behind a shoe. Words of young affection that I thought I knew. Every tear and giggle caught in cobwebs fine. This house holds my heart, every story's mine. That vinyl's still spinning, songs of a distant past, reminding me of moments I thought wouldn't last. Now I'm here reflecting on who I've grown to be. In this attic of memories, I feel so free. In this house's attic, memories collide. Laughter and the heartaches crammed in side by side. Searching through the shadows, finding who I am. In this house's attic, I find my life's gem. So welcome to the attic. Stay a while, my friend. There's magic in the memories, a story without end. In this house's attic, I'm never truly lost. Every layer, every shadow is worth the path I crossed.
Day the dream of recess, fa la 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 la. Play, pretend, talk and dance, fa la 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 la. In the sun with my friends, we're explorers on a quest, building forts in the trees with leaves on our chests. Day the dream of recess, fa la 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 la. Play, pretend, talk and dance, fa la 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 la. Every laugh and every cheer, memories we hold so dear. In our world we're all leaders, building dreams year after year. Wall ball bouncing off the wall, kickball running, hear the call. Reading tales under the shade, puzzles solved we aren't afraid. Let's build a castle, I shout out. Teamwork's what it's all about. Counting stars in the sky. In our dreams we learn to fly. Day, the dream of recess. Fa la 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 la. Play, pretend, talk and dance. Fa la 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 la. Every laugh and every cheer, memories we hold so dear. In our world we're all leaders, building dreams year after year. Swinging high, reaching for the clouds. In this moment we're so proud. Conflict resolved with a smile. Friends forever, we'll go the mile. Art projects scattered all around. Creativity in every sound. Charades and yoga on the floor. No hangman, always wanting more. Let's share our toys, I say it clear. Together we can conquer every fear. From soccer games to hide and seek, every day's an adventure we seek. Day, the dream of recess. Fa la 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 la. Play, pretend, talk and dance. Fa la 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 la. Every laugh and every cheer, memories we hold so dear. In our world we're all leaders, building dreams year after year. Day, the dream of recess. Fa la 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 la. Play, pretend, talk and dance. Fa la 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 la. So here's to laughter, to sharing, to fun. In the heart of every child we've just begun. Fa la 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 la. Day, the dream of recess. Fa la 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 la.
Little mermaid, under the waves, I found my heart in those sunny days, dancing on the shore with you by my side. We chased the tides with the ocean wide. Oh, can't you see you're the shell in my sea? Whispered dreams in the foam. With you I feel at home. Oh, can't you see? Mermaid magic, just you and me. We built our castles out of sand so bright, waves crashing down, but our love took flight, sneaking late at night underneath the stars. With salty kisses, you were my shining heart. Oh, can't you see? You're the shell in my sea. Whispered dreams in the foam. With you I feel at home. Oh, can't you see? Mermaid magic, just you and me. Every tide that pulls away leaves a piece of yesterday, but memories, they never fade. You're the song I've always played. Oh, can't you see you're the shell in my sea?
Oh hello audience, Happy New Year. Right now we are watching the ball drop at New York City Times Square, and 2016 is coming to an end in a little bit, and 2017 is coming.
30 seconds. Twenty seconds.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Ow ow ow, my face hurts.
Cooper? Howard. Collins. You just hurt my sister Amy by pulling that popper and the smoke got onto her face, not her eyes, but her face. Next time, pop it farther away from us.
I'm sorry Aunt Amy, and I'm sorry Mom.
Sorry doesn't cut it after you hurt me.
But I didn't mean to, I swear. I mean it, I am really sorry.
She is not going to accept your apology, Cooper, and all of us are not going to either.
But you have to forgive me by some other ways than sorry.
I'm never going to forgive you, Cooper.
Yeah, we are all not going to forgive you either.
Please. It's a new year now, I've been having an awesome winter break, I want to have a great time.
You just heard my sister-in-law. And even if it wasn't on purpose, it doesn't matter if it was on accident. Accidents happen, but that was a big thing and bad thing, and too bad. I don't care if you were having a great time tonight, you're grounded till next New Year's Eve. Now go get in your sleeping bag downstairs and go to bed now. No Nintendo 3DS and phone playing, just go to sleep. We all don't want to see you again for the rest of the trip. We're all going to pretend you are not here and there is no downstairs room.
Last night I took a walk in the snow. Couples holding hands, places to go. Seems like everyone but me is in love. Santa, can you hear me? I signed my letter that I sealed with a kiss. I sent it off and just said this: I know exactly what I want this year. Santa, can you hear me? I want my baby, baby.
Hi, my name is Owen Bell-Tony. I'm a math grader and a occupational therapist here at the KMS Start Room. Here's all the activity that I mentioned to do. That I had mentioned to do during winter break. When you're at winter break and when you're at Christmas break. So and it came out of my occupational therapy activity that I have been doing this week. Been doing last week and the week of December is a gingerbread man zones of regulation activity. It's so cute because it focuses on the zones of regulation, and awareness and some like emotions and what they're feeling. For example, and so what zone is your gingerbread's in? For the blue zone is when when a gingerbread feels slow, tired, or sad. So what I let the kids do is take a blank piece of paper and hold it, and get a template of a gingerbread man. It's old, and what they do is they color the gingerbread. If it's a blue zone, they color it blue. If it's green, they can have the green color green, and then maybe a smile. If it's so, it's when they feel you're calm and ready to learn. The yellow zone, which is when the gingerbread feels worried, silly, or wiggly, and on the red zone, it's out of control, feels angry or unsafe. That's my personal my idea to use during winter break, so you can practice during winter break. Happy holidays! Hi everybody, I am Jacob Rudolph and I am a freshman. This is actually my last year of Trinity High School and Keystone, and I retired. And I'm also a occupational therapist at the KMS Study Room. What I decided to do on winter break is a Vincent Van Gogh Starry Night picture. This one is my all you do. We did a drawing of stars, and then I colored in the stars yellow or yellow green so they could shine bright, and I colored the wind, which is actually good to use. After that color, we're using 19 colors. I would not use black. This is the perfect thing you could do because the winter during winter time it's windy in the winter, so that's a good idea to do. This is actually a good example to use during your winter break, and also this is a one we can use. You can actually use. Let's get and we have a tutorial that you can watch. It will be coming up. So get your pencil, your markers, and anything you need, art supplies. Let's get started with your project.
It's time to play with Keystone Middle School. When kids celebrate Art Day, they learn about creativity, visual art technique, critical thinking, social skills, motor skills, language skills, decision-making, rich talking, and inventiveness to get ready for art class.
Okay, people, so we are about to start our Starry Night cityscape. First things first, let's write our name on the back of our picture with pencil. Now, we are going to go right into magic marker with this. We're not going to be drawing anything out with pencil for the sky. What we can start to do is we can start to add our stars. So if you look at this, I am making little star shapes. I would make about 12 of them. So I'm making little circles at random from the middle of my paper to the top, because the city's going to go down here in a few weeks with paper, so you don't really need any stars down there. So I'm just making about 12 or 13. I wouldn't do any more than 15 stars, okay? I know it's a little hard to see because the paper is white, but that's what the stars look like. Now, Vincent van Gogh painted using little brush strokes. So what we're going to do is we're going to be putting little dashes around these stars using our magic marker, and we're going to be using little dashes, okay? So I'm not going to go with my magenta around every single star because I'm going to be using other colors. But see how I'm putting the dashes behind a few of these stars? Maybe I'll take my orange now, and I'll put some more dashes using my orange. And then I also have pink. So I'm going to do some pink too. So see how nice that looks? So the pink and the magenta look very similar, but the pink is a little bit lighter. So I'm just doing little dashes. You're not doing any long lines for this project. Even when we get to the wind and the lines, the dashes around the moon, we're still going to use small dashes. Now, speaking of the moon, you can either make a full moon or a crescent moon. I'm going to do a crescent moon, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to color that in with my yellow. And then, once again, I'm going to put dashes around the moon, but maybe I'll use the magenta, the pink, and the orange for that. Okay, there's my dashes. Now, maybe around the magenta here, I'll put another row of pink dashes. So maybe around here, pink dashes. So see how it looks like it's beams of light that are shining around these stars? So I would put about 2 rows of each color that you choose for your dashes. Okay. So here's my magenta. I'm going to put that around the orange. Magenta around the pink. Okay, orange around these. All right, and then the final thing we're going to be putting in here is our wind. Now, our wind, maybe what I'll do is I'll take my blue and I'm going to put dashes of wind so it looks like it's swirling in the sky like this. So little dashes. And I don't just want to do light blue wind. I'm going to put some greens and I'm going to put some dark green in here too. Okay. So here's my light green. And these can go right around where the light blue is. So see how I kind of get a mix? This is what Vincent van Gogh did with his brushstrokes. He would put different colors near each other, and then when you step back, all of those colors will come together, and they kind of blend together using your eye. And then here is more blue. Here's a dark blue. So if you can do the moon, about 12 to 15 stars, put the dashes around the stars, and then start making your wind blowing, we'll be in good shape and we'll be ready to really get into our Starry Night picture that is inspired by Vincent van Gogh, and some people say Vincent van Gogh. Oh, I forgot to put dashes around this one right here. Okay. Oh, and right over here. Okay, are we ready? This is what it's going to look like. Have fun. Enjoy. Hi, everyone. We're going to continue with our Vincent van Gogh Starry Night picture. We have made the stars, the wind, and the moon. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take nighttime colors, which would be your purples, your blue. You can use a little bit of light blue, and you could use a red violet. I wouldn't use black because I think it's going to end up looking too dark. But what you can do is around these stars, you can start putting different types of blues. Now I'm going to take my purple and I'm going to blend my blue violet in there, okay, because I already put down a blue. What I want to make sure I do is I'm going to go around each of these stars. I'm going to be careful not to go on top of the stars because I did such a nice job with the markers. I don't want the markers to be covered up by the crayons. And I'm not pressing too hard when I color either. I'm putting just medium pressure on, and I'm making sure that this gets filled in, okay? What I might do to make the stars look like they're shining is I think inside the stars, I'm going to put yellow instead of going over and in between every single dash with the blues and the purples, okay? So I'm filling this in. Maybe I'll take my magenta now and put some magenta in here. Okay. But yeah, as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I should probably put some yellow in the star areas to make the stars look like they are shining really bright. So see how I'm going all the way across here? It's beginning to look really nice. And here's some more purple. So I'm going to make sure I get my edges also, because that's important. And I'm filling this in. Okay, now let's see what happens when I take maybe spring green or yellow, and I'm going to fill these areas in with the yellow to make them shine. Ooh, look at how nice. That actually looks really good. And I can actually go over the dashes and they still show up. So yeah, I would definitely use the yellows and the spring greens to make your stars stand out. Now, when it comes to the wind, I don't want my wind to be covered with blue and purple either, because then that's going to look too dark and it's going to look kind of messy too. So now that I have this filled in with these colors, I think maybe a green would work well with putting that color over the wind. So see how I'm doing a light green, or you could do a regular green, and that fills in really nicely too. Okay. So here is my light green going over the dashes of wind. Now, I'm going to make sure that I put some blue and purple going close to the bottom of the page, because at the bottom of the page, that's where I'm going to be putting my village. So I don't have to color all the way to the bottom, but you're going to get pretty close to the bottom because you don't want any white spots to show where you glue your village down. Okay, now when we get to the village, I would like you to use black paper. If you don't have black paper at home, you can use white paper, and then we can color it later on. So I'm going to take the black paper, I'm going to fold it in half. Try to have your paper be the same size as the white paper that you used when you were doing your sky. Okay, now, see how this part opens up? Try to have the folded side that doesn't open up right here. And what I want you to do is I want you to pretend that the ground and the buildings are attached. So here's a white line. I'm going to make a building. I'm going to go down to where that line is. I'm going to make sure I don't put a line going this way because you might cut that off. So I'm going to go that way. Then I'm going to make a bigger building. And I'm going to go down to where the line is, the ground line. But I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to go that way. Okay, I'm going to make one more building. And then I'm going to make that line go off the page. Now, when I take my scissors, I'm only going to cut on the white. If you cut anything else off, you might ruin your cityscape, okay? So only cut on the white. And you're going to cut both pieces out at the same time, okay? So remember that. They both have to be cut out at the same time. So this piece right here I don't need. I'm going to get rid of that so it's not in my way. Okay, but only cut on the white line. Okay, now, guess what's going to happen when I open this up? Am I going to have a full village or a half village? I'm going to have a full village. I love it! Okay, now, I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to glue this down. Okay, and I'm going to take my glue stick, glue all of this down, and I'm going to make sure that I put the glue on the ground area and the buildings, and then I am going to make sure that I glue this down really tight. I have to take my fingers and I have to put this like this right on the building. And see how there's little white areas showing where I didn't color down to the bottom. I'm just going to fill in those white areas. Next week, we're going to finish this project by making windows and grass on the buildings. So, doesn't that look awesome? All right, have fun. Enjoy. Hi, everyone. We are going to finish up our Vincent van Gogh Starry Nights picture today. What we're going to do first is we're going to remember that we have our village glued down. Okay, this is our city village with the buildings. So these are going to be buildings, and down here is going to be grass. So when we start to do the grass, I'm going to start with a light color, okay? I know that we're working on black paper, and I would normally use Crayons for this to make it stand out a little bit more. But since we don't have Crayons this year, we're just going to have to use what we have, which will be the crayons. And we're going to put the blades of grass in going up and down, because grass doesn't grow sideways like this. The grass is going to be growing up and down. So I'm going to put the yellow down first. And I think what I'm going to do is, since the yellow still looks kind of dark, I am going to put in some white. And the white is going to lighten up my picture quite a bit with the grass. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so the white does look better. Okay, so this is lightening up a little bit. And then I think on top of the white, I'm going to put down some green. Okay, and I'll try, maybe I have a light green in my box. So here's the green after I do the white. And remember, you're going to go all the way across with these colors. You're going to put these colors on top of each other. So again, I started with yellow. Here's my white. And now I'm going to go to my spring green, okay, which is kind of like a light green. And I'm not going to waste time and go all the way across. I'm just going to do the middle, but you guys are going to go all the way across with this. So here's my green. Oh, see, now that's starting to come out. And that's showing up pretty good. So here's my green. So it helped to put the white down. All right, so you're going to go all the way across with the grass. Once you get all of the grass done with the whites, the yellows, the greens, then you can start taking colors that you like, and you can start filling in windows and doors on your village. Now, again, I know it's a little dark because you're going up against the black paper, but see how it's showing up when you look at it closely? Okay, so here's the blue. And I'm making windows. I can make some round windows, like maybe a little tower window on top. Maybe I'll make a white door and color that in. Here's some magenta or red violet. Maybe I'll make a rectangle over here. Maybe I'll take my red orange and make a red orange door here. So you definitely can see it when you look at it up close. Okay, I know it's a little bit dark. And you're going to keep adding these windows. And that will be the final part of your project. So once all of the grass is done all the way across, and once all the windows are filled in, then you can hand this in, and it's going to look great. So even my purple shows up when I hold it like this under the light. Okay, so I have to do this window, finish this one, and this one, and then I'll be done. Enjoy!
I hope you enjoyed that video. It brings me good memories. And after that, when we're done with the project, we did an exit ticket. We were exploring the Van Goghs and the Starry Nights. We select an option that best describes your feeling about the lesson. The two questions were, how do you feel about your artwork today? And how did you find the swirling technique as easy? That's a quick reflection. Part 2 is visual analysis. We think back the original painting. We think back to our own creation, where the focal point. What was the first thing your eye is drawing in the painting? And the color and mood. Van Gogh's used deep blues and vibrant yellows. What these colors make you feel? It could be peaceful. It could be energetic. It could be lonely. It could be also. This exercise is going to be good for building language skills and fine motor skills. And then there's one and the second page. It says, how did the artist use line to make the wind or sky look like it's moving? Part 3 is 5 senses imagination. If you could step into the quiet village under the active sky, what would you? Here, it could be wind whistling. These are the examples. A quiet sleep and feel. What do you feel? Cold night, air, grass, or underfoot. And part 4 is self-checklist. Check the boxes for the technique get practical today. Use impasto, which is think paint, and visible brush strokes. Create a contrast between light stars and dark sky, and painted a cypress tree or village skyline. That's what our project's all about. Happy holidays and happy New Year. We can't wait to see you in 2026. Hey everyone, my name is Anthony Dennerin. I'm a paraprofessional here at the Keystone Middle School, as well as a 9th grade student at Trinity High School. Here's a tip here's some activities that I do during my winter break. During my winter break, you to do a roll and tell time worksheet. All you need to do is roll a dice and read the time in the matching row to color the clock. You can use crayons or color pencils. Stay away from markers because then it will be smearing. What you gonna do? Roll your dice. For example, if you got a 6, you won't have to do this. You will have to do let's see if I can see here. If the little hand is pointing between an 8 and 9, but closer to the 9, and it's in the long hand pointing to the 9, then what time is it? What I would do is write down the time nearby the clock and color it in, and color the clock in. Use crayons and color pencils. You can use both at the same time. Stay away from markers because then there will be smearing. And we don't like that. Happy holidays and happy New Year and happy 2026. Hi everybody, my name is Jude Whistle and I'm a 9th grade student at Trinity High School. My favorite thing to do during winter break is to explore Europe. The reason why I like to explore Europe is because I like to learn about history, and I also like to explore different colors. Different countries. For example, the largest city is Istanbul, Turkey. and the largest country is Russia. The longest river is the Volga River. The highest peak is Mount Elbrus, and the lowest point is Elding de Lavaduc. And the best part is that I use a compass rose. So a compass rose is a good idea to use it. You can also go to Google. You can also go to Google Maps to look up images of Europe. And the best thing is that you can go to National Geographic for Kids, and you can learn about Europe. There's some videos and all about Europe. Happy New Year's!